Hi y'all, I'm Brenda with Blessings and Bread. Welcome to my garden. I'm so excited to be back in my garden. This is the first time I've worked in my garden for the year 2026, and I'm excited to get started. The January weather has kind of postponed my start, but God has blessed us with a beautiful spring-like day today. It's still in February, so we're still in winter, but it feels like spring. So I'm out here today to work in my garden for the very first time in 2026. So come along with me while I do a little more cleanup from last year and plant my onions. So let's get started. As you can see here, I did not ever get around to coming out here and pulling up my tomato plants. I have left them in the ground, and some of my dead marigolds. So I'm gonna go in there, and that's the first thing I'm gonna do today is get these two beds cleaned up and pull out my plants. Rod says I should just wait and strike a match to them, but I think we're still under a burn ban, and I'm ready to get cleaned up, so I'm gonna do it the hard way. Getting in there and just using some grunt work and pulling those suckers up. So here we go. I am in here cutting off where I tied things up with the green tape last summer. So I'm going to start with that. Let's get all this tape off. If you're new to my channel, just a little bit of a recap on my gardening history. I began doing square foot gardening for the first time in 1983. So I've been doing this for 43 years. Now I may not have had a garden every year, but that's the first year that I began doing square foot gardening. I saw Melba Bartholomew on PBS showing how to do a square foot garden. And since I didn't have acres and a tractor, I felt like that was one way that I could actually do a garden in my backyard and be successful. And sure enough, I tried it. I actually used his recipes for making my own soil, and I became fairly successful, or the most successful I'd ever been to that point in a backyard garden. And the best thing about it was I didn't have to contend too much with grass in my beds or weeds. Most of the time, if I was trying to till up the yard and do a garden, I had too much grass and too many weeds. So that's why I began doing square foot gardening. Now, since then, I would just say I'm more of a raised bed gardener because I haven't really marked off the squares in a long time, and I've just kind of thrown back to just what I feel is right for my planting spaces. I might use some of the things I learned of that, but I would really just say I'm a raised bed gardener in my backyard. And these beds have been here long enough that I'm beginning to have a little bit more problem with grass than I used to have. I started by putting down like cloth to keep the grass from coming through, but it came through anyway, and I get a lot of spring weeds. But for the most part, it's still easy to control the grass and the weeds. I really have more trouble with grass seeping in because I left the grass right up next to my beds. Some people will stretch out the cloth on the ground, that black cloth on the ground, and add gravel or something, but I didn't do that. And so occasionally I still have to pull grass. But that came down fairly easy, and I'm going to get the rest of this garden cleaned up, and then we'll plant some onions, all right? This tomato on this side was my grape tomatoes, so they're a little more viney than my regular tomatoes were, so they take a little more effort to get all of this side down than it did to pull up my regular tomatoes. Well, I have most of this cleaned up, but I still have a little more cleanup to do. But I'm about to lose daylight today, so I need to move on over to where I plan to plant my onions this year. I really can't remember if I planted my onions on the left side or the right side of this arbor last year. One side, and I could look at my videos from last year and probably figure that out. But just to be safe, I'm going to rotate my crops, and I'm going to go move my onions all the way across my garden. So I'm gonna go over there and try to get my onions in the garden before I lose daylight today. If you hadn't started building your beds yet and you're just watching a few videos to learn, I highly recommend this 2x4 that goes across the top of my beds. Earlier when I was doing raised beds, my beds didn't have that, but I love this bed form, and because it gives you a little bench to sit on when you're working. And so used to I just have to work from my knees and crawl around my knees, and now this gives you a really nice little spot to work. I can just sit and work my ground and get my, I can reach all with a 4-foot width beds. I can always get to the middle, and then I just have to swap sides and work the other half from the other side. So this width does seem to work well. I have increased where I have some 8-foot beds. I like a little of both. Some 4x4s and some 4x8s. Also, usually one of the things I really love to do at the beginning of the year, each year, is to add some compost to every bed. But I actually just forgot to get any. And so I need my onions in the ground, and I'm just going to go ahead and plant them without adding any compost to this part of this bed. Now, I think my tomatoes this year are going to grow on my nylon trellises, and I will get compost and add to the other half of this bed before I plant my tomatoes. But it's still a long time, at least in Texas, before we plant tomatoes. Now, if you're going to plant these according to true square foot garden amounts, that is not what I'm doing. I'm just going to plant mine. The instructions here say plant 1 inch deep, spaced about 4 inches apart in 12-inch rows. Well, I am going to plant mine a little closer because I'm going to pull some for salads to put in green onions. So I think I'll put mine a little closer than that, and I'm just going to put them basically in rows going across this bed. I'm just going to take my little trowel, which evidently got caught by the lawnmower or something, because it's all bent up. I don't know what would have bent it up. I probably left it in the grass, and the lawnmower got it. I'm doing my rows maybe about 12 inches apart. 9, maybe 9. Then I'm just going to lay these out about, well, I guess about 4 inches apart. 3 to 4. Like I said, I'll come in and thin these, and once they get growing good and the season comes on, and I will thin them out to 4 inches apart by pulling some for salads while they're still green onions. And then I'll leave the others in the ground to finish growing and turning into like a bulb onion to harvest and keep for next year. Well, I only bought one, Yeah, I think I'm gonna have plenty. So say I bought just one bunch of green onions, and I just bought these at Home Depot. I believe they're Texas sweet onions is what they are. I'm planting these about 1 inch deep. They don't need to be real deep in the ground. Probably get better onions if they're not planted too deeply. I have my onions planted. I just need to water them in. You know, it's going to rain tomorrow. I think I'll water them in a little bit today. But even though they're a couple of weeks later than I would like, they're in the ground. Although my sister said, who's an excellent gardener, that according to the almanac, February 14th was the day to plant root crops. I'm so glad that you came along with me today on my journey in my garden. I'm excited to be getting started here for the spring and summer 2026 garden. I hope that if you're thinking about starting a raised bed garden, I encourage you to do it. There are so many rewards. It's good physical exercise. It's great for the soul, I think, as well, to actually plant a seed or to plant a plant and then to later be able to harvest food for your family. It's just such a rewarding experience. And if you're thinking about it, do it because you will love it. And I hope I will see you the next time I'm in my garden, in my kitchen, or on my porch.